Look, it's very popular in the sort of new agey, I don't know, whatever the labels you put on it, to talk about being present, okay? But this is a very important concept that, if we can separate where other groups like to talk about it, is that if the past has not been resolved inside of you, I don't mean resolved with the other person, but the releasing of that negative stuff is you resolving to release that, then it's in your now. And also, if all you think about and worry about is the future, that's also leaks backwards into your now. And then the now has no fun, no joy, no peace, it's just awful. When really there only is now. Okay, the past already happened and the future hasn't happened yet, and who knows what it really will come out to be. Really it's just now. And we're very not present in our now, and we miss genuine moments with our families, with our friends, with whatever we're not getting, because we're not in the now like we need to be. And I don't want to sound all like in that whole, sort of more secular way of, but they're right. They're right. They're not right if they disconnect it from any kind of vertical thing, but they're right about how this is a mindset and approach that we have that's really hurting us. Is that we have a really hard time being present. And by the way, that's one of the things that all of the personal developers have been talking about for the last 10 or 15 years more than almost anything else, is the ability to be present. And actually, a lot of our conversations with somebody, instead of being like this, we're like talking this way to somebody, but we're not present. We don't look people in the eye. We don't focus on them. We're thinking about other things. We're looking at stuff behind them. It's very hard to actually be present. It's because we have too many things distracting us. It could be whatever happened right before I ran into you, and then you and I start a conversation, but my mind is still occupied by what had happened 5 minutes ago, especially if it was highly charged. Okay, in a negative way, I might be distracted by it. And I'm not able to give you that attention. Or I'm already on my way to go do something and that's all I'm thinking about, but I need to stop though because maybe you need something right now and I have to be able to put that completely on hold to give you that attention. Well, think about it when we're talking about the idea of being absent the body and present with the Creator. Okay, that phrase is used in very esoteric ways, but really it's much more literal in saying, look, when I'm thinking about me and my stuff and where I am and everything that I'm in my body, I'm in my flesh, then it's very hard to be focused on Him because I'm preoccupied with this. But if I can be absent this, meaning stop focusing on all of this, the stuff that's about me, then maybe I could actually be present with Him. And so that's why a lot of times when we pray, the best stuff is the stuff when you're done talking. Because you got to get all that fleshly body stuff out of the way first. The me. I'm hurt, I'm upset, I need, I want, I don't like, this is going on, I need your help, whatever it is. Then you can finally go, okay, now I can be present with Him. Because until then, you're all into you. And you wanted Him to be into you. Hard to be into Him. Okay? And so that's a really important thing as we go in the process. And so we struggle in our present because we're really not very present. We're just not. We're way too overly occupied with either the past or the future. Okay? If you're just worried about your bills, you worry about how something that's coming up soon is worrying you and that's all you're occupying. It's like the person that when they're home, all they think about is their job. And when they're at their job, all they think about is what's going on at home. It's like be present in one of them. Both of them preferably. And you'll do better at both of them. But be completely present. And that's, if you do that at your job, your boss will notice you above others because most people are not fully present when they work. And it's clear to the boss that they can see that the person's preoccupied. But they also can notice the person who's fully focused and there on what they're doing. And that's really important. But you can't do that if all this other noise is in your head. And this whole process we're talking about today helps to deal with that. Because let's say you had a moment in the morning with your spouse before you went to work. That is, if you can't do this, that is going to wreck your whole day. And most of the time, that's what you do. You let it wreck your whole day. Or you can let it go. You can release it and have a good day. Oh, whatever is going on between you and your spouse will still be there when you get back, and you still need to work towards resolution, reconciliation and stuff. But you can forgive it. You can pull into the parking lot at work and pause, take a deep breath, and pray and say, Father, help me release all this. Help me to really forgive so I can have a good day and be productive, because I have to forgive. Or you're going to walk in and then you're going to share your moaning and groaning, or whatever, groaning to one of your coworkers and this and that. You're going to basically embarrass your spouse and say Lashon Hara and spread all the evil things. This is not going to help. Okay? That noise should never come into the job should never come into the house should never come into the job. And none of that should come into this building when you come here on Shabbat. You should have released all that noise so you can be present with him and present with each other. You can't do that otherwise.